everybody.
Welcome. Don't we look real cozy, guys?
Cozy. It's giving real summertime, too, with the palm trees in the back
Yes,
of us.
it
I know,
is.
it's
Speaking of summer.
It's hot.
It's getting hotter. So take off on your...
This is our second heat wave now, right?
I'm going to say... I just like the fact that I could be naked.
Yeah, of course, Jaleesa loves to be naked. But I do, too.
I do.
I'm a little nudist.
I can have a little body rider out. I'm excited about this weather, but then when I'm in it for too long, it's like, all right, enough is enough. Time to get the AC going. Because, baby, we all know. Oh, y'all don't know. So I don't wear deodorant.
Oh, gosh.
But I don't smell, right? And I feel like many people...
So wait. You got to let the people know what you do. You don't use deodorant.
I don't. I was getting there.
Okay.
I was going to say I don't stink. I do have a natural antiperspirant that I use, which is a lime. So instead of using deodorant every day, I just use lime.
And why is that?
Because I noticed also deodorant is killing us. FYI, all that aluminum, linoleum, all that shit. Not the linoleum from Black Panther, but it's killing us anyway. So I decided during the pandemic, like, let me just use limes and see where it goes, and it went, honey. And I haven't used deodorant for like 3-4 years now.
That's good. I'm scared to try that out.
You have to. So I'm not gonna lie. You have to do it during a time where you're not going outside. You're not going around people, because the first week was rough.
So then I passed the pandemic.
No.
Because I'm outside.
The first week was rough, and I did it during. You could do it during the winter.
Okay.
The winter may work because that way you're not sweating as much.
Yes.
And your body could get used to it.
But I'm all about convenience. So like if I have to go in my kitchen now,
who gotta go in the kitchen?
Pull out the cutting board,
who
cut the lime. So how you putting on this lime?
I cut the limes up in half.
That's what I'm
put
saying.
it in a Ziploc bag for the week.
Oh, see, that's prep. Now I have to prep for my underarms not to smell bad. I'm okay on that.
But when you use deodorant, you just grab it.
You just grab it and roll it on.
Right. So I already do that for the whole week. I just grab it and put it on.
I get it, but you still have to prep. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
It's not a lot. I mean, I'm preserving my youth, guys.
Okay.
Are you?
Well, no, apparently not, because I just want to use my Lady Speed stick and call it a day. Yes, I use Lady Speed. Why is Mike B? Hello, hold on. Did we even introduce the show?
Mike B.
Wait, hold on. Did we even say welcome to Everyone Wants 100%?
We did.
All right. Welcome to Everyone Wants 100%. I'm Shawanda.
And I'm Jaleesa.
And that voice that you have not heard
is Mike B.
It's Mike
sitting
B.
here in shock.
Oh, why are you in shock?
Guys, we just get a little comfortable. It's the coziness.
Lady Speed Stick is not.
Lady Speed Stick is not what?
Not it. It has all the aluminum and all the poison.
Oh, really?
I mean,
maybe
I don't know.
You do need to use that line.
Wait, let me say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Unless they want to sponsor us.
I was just about to say, have you guys ever used Tussie? As a kid?
No.
No?
But I think I have Tussie for my daughter.
Right. I was just about to say, my mother tricked me all these years because she told me this is the children deodorant.
Because it's natural.
My mom used lemon. We used lemon
as growing up?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Not lime, but lemon.
Either or. You can use anything that's citrus, to be completely honest.
Okay. I'm going to give it a shot.
I think that you should also, all you guys who have kids too, when your children come in the house smelling horrendous.
Yes, my daughter uses lime.
Yes, lime under their arm because their perspiration is on another level.
Oh, it is. Mm-hmm. It is.
And that's what the lime does. It balances it out so that it doesn't smell. And then I feel like it does something to your sweat glands.
Yeah.
When I sweat, I don't smell nothing.
Because when
it also lightens the any discoloration you have under your arm.
Okay. All right. Because when I did do some research, just because Mike B did inform me that I cannot use regular deodorant on my toddler.
No.
I did some research and I did see that there were natural deodorants. And so I started using that.
Playful Pits. And that's what I'm using right now. When it get crazy, that heat wave comes around, I can't use lemon. I got to use Playful Pits.
Okay, so that's the one that she has. But then she came to me the other day with a Lady Speed Stick. It's like, Grandma gave me this. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I have
Grandma
to use
gave
this
you
one.
A message.
I was like, right.
Did we not just talk about that though?
What?
How do you tell your friend,
your
child, or anybody
a friend
that they stink?
Right.
Please just do.
No, well,
How?
it's hard.
How do you say
it's kind of
it?
You
hard.
could just tell them like, hey, you
So if you had a
bad
See,
today.
look, you stuttering. You ain't
no,
even
but
know
I
what
mean,
to
you
say.
could still say it in that way, like, girl, you having a day.
What that
that
no.
doesn't translate to me as
So
a smell.
according to my friend,
Mhm.
Okay.
my friend said we should be out here being real blunt with our friends and saying, friend, yep, stank.
Your armpits.
No, that's your
But how you smelling there? Okay.
Right.
I'm
so
confused
so
now.
then we had a whole
lost me.
long
We went down a whole rabbit hole
Yes.
after that. We're gonna talk about that on the live on Wednesday when the episode drop. Y'all
How
will
do
be
you talk-
able to hear what we really was talking about.
Yeah, but because there's no real nice way of saying
To
it.
tell somebody they stink.
Because either way, you're gonna feel offended.
Right.
I would feel
Unless
offended.
they know.
Okay. Well, if you
Even
know,
if I
then if you,
didn't.
you shouldn't be smelling if you know,
Right.
because you could handle it.
Listen.
Okay. Well, whatever.
People
We
are
go-
experimenting with natural deodorant and are not home.
exactly. No, you
Oh,
don't
I was about
stink.
to say.
No, I'm just saying,
Is it
if someone
me?
is using natural deodorant or
And
they're
it-
trying to do the natural way, it might not be working.
Summertime is not the way to go. I'm just gonna let you guys know that.
And
I
not
did
during the
mine.
heat wave.
I
Not
did-
in 90-degree weather.
No, we're gonna go ahead and use those linoleums.
Okay.
The what now?
The linoleums, the things that's giving us cancer and killing us.
Exactly.
aluminum.
So, I mean, we are here to talk about the salon industry, so we're
Yes.
gonna jump right into it. Brad, did you see the Hennessy pedicure?
Oh, yes, I did. And
Have you guys? We're gonna put that in.
well,
the
I'm a
poll.
Hennessy drinker. So I just
no
don't.
cup, no ice. Horrible.
No cup, no ice.
I call it dirty water.
Yes, and I'm just a little confused because I get being trendy, but when we go about
What are the
wasting,
benefits?
there is none because
None.
there's no benefit of putting Hennessy on your feet or in a pedicure.
So the ghetto.
So they're just doing it for trend, and obviously, if we're talking about it, it's working because now people know about their location and they'll show up and get this pedicure.
Hell no, I don't want to do anything for clout.
I mean, yes, you don't, but that's their marketing. That's how they're marketing their business. Let's pour Hennessy in the pedicure,
I'm
and
not
then
the target audience.
Me either. I am not your ideal
And then there were like
client.
gold.
oh yeah, the,
speckles on it.
speckles
Yes.
I just was
and-
in my brain. I was like, okay, this has to be something that is beneficial. Like it has
No.
to be a reason why they're doing
well,
that.
the 24 karat facial, I believe, is like the same idea
Okay.
because that's supposed
So they're
to
doing
be
the 24 karat part on their legs.
on their
What
legs.
does the Hennessy?
Does it activate
Is
something?
Is
Is
there
there
No, I don't know.
chemical
I would just
reaction
rather it in a
happening?
cup and hand it to me
With ice.
Yes,
and they're using the jumbo bottle.
right? So
Yeah.
they spending
So
money
absurd.
for
Well-
stripping this.
It is, but maybe in their back end they have a discount situation going on where they are like,
We're doing a lot of hypotheticals. We're doing a lot of.
well, at the end of the day, there's a Hennessy pedicure. It's trending. People are getting it. They're loving it, and
We
kudos
don't know
to
if
them.
they loving it.
Well,
Let's read
kudos
the
to
comment.
them.
Let me see if they loving it. Because it's on Instagram that I saw this foolishness. Let me see. The comments never disappoint.
What is it saying?
The first one says, coming out the spawn smelling like my uncle after a cookout.
That's so true.
And somebody, ghetto-ness just keeps evolving.
It does.
Wait.
It does.
Like, do they have anything for the Caucasians? Like Truly or White
Wow.
Claw?
Wow. Oh man.
But that's true though, because they really do love a good White Claw.
But they're making money
Yo.
off of this pedicure.
Don't come for White Claw because when I was on my diet tip and that summertime rolled around, I pulled that White Claw out the cooler like, anybody want one?
No.
Because I was on this no carb and that has low sugar and this, that, and another.
Listen.
I like White Claw.
Somebody said, imagine shaving the morning of your appointment. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's just ghetto at its finest, like the comment said.
It just keeps evolving.
But people are actually doing it. Like,
yes, they're
going
doing it.
for
They're booking it.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's also a part where they have a steamer. So
Yes.
it's going. What kind of madness is this? Like what you did? This is insane. I can't get over it. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and doobie that up because
That was our small chat, guys.
that was a lot. I don't know if I would ever want to be. The moment they crack the seal, I'm gonna be like,
I'm
what's that?
trying to think. in the hair salon. Like, if I started serving Hennessy, right? I think that I
would have broken toilet bowls. Okay.
If I
know the
started,
answer to that.
Right. If I started serving Hennessy, that wouldn't be a good look, right? But a lot of people would see me.
They would, but then are you attracting the right crowd?
Yeah.
Because the crowd that's going to come in for the Hennessy, that's not your ideal client.
It's not. It's not. So, but I think in their case, because it's a salon, a nail salon, you know, when you go to the Asian salons, you get everybody. I don't think they don't have an ideal client.
They have more so of a number situation.
Yes, so they
have a goal. We're gonna hit it this day, and that is it. No matter how high.
Sometimes is demographics. So maybe based on wherever they are, maybe they thought that was a good idea.
And then also there's a language barrier when you go there,
right?
So that helps too with the complaints, right? Because a lot of times you'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do that again. Because every time, this is not the first time I've done this on camera. And Mike B just looks at me like, you cannot do that.
But you can, because that is a real life experience. And we're not being culturally ignorant.
No,
we're not being disrespectful. This is literally what happens.
It's our life.
It's relatable. Like, it's real life shit.
Yeah, so when you go in and you're not happy with something, or you'll present a
issue.
Oh, not
like
even
my
an
nails
issue.
crooked.
Not even an issue, yes, or concern. They kind of like
pass you off.
Yeah, like they don't understand. So it's almost like you sit there and you have to just take what you got.
So that happened to me when I went to go get my underarms waxed. I went to the little Indian lady that we normally go to in her little spot, and she was using the same stick and kept dipping it back in there. Every time she did it, my body just felt like I'm getting all the germs of Brooklyn on me.
Yep.
And she was about to do my upper lip. I said, no, thank you. Because what you're not going to do is fuck up my face.
Right.
Because I'm not going to get the bum bump. I cannot get this face got to be on camera.
Right.
I know y'all probably wonder why I got shades on. I'm okay, y'all. Ain't no Tina Turner going on over here. It's just I forgot to put on my my concealer. But baby, I thought I was really gonna have like a whole STD when I left there.
Oh.
So when I said to her, I was like, is it possible for you to alternate the sticks? I said, but you know what? At this point, it doesn't matter because all the bacteria is probably already in there. So just continue going on. And she looked at me like, okay.
Right.
And kept
So there's no real client. There's no way to really gauge or get any feedback because they're not interested in that. So anybody that walks through the door, whether they're happy or not, once they cash out, is a sale.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're over here responding to customer complaints, writing a review, making sure that people are feeling comfortable and satisfied.
Yes.
And even then, sometimes to me, that doesn't feel like it's enough.
It's not. It's not
it's
enough.
So frustrating because if you go to these other establishments, you don't treat them that way.
Nope.
I'm talking to you. Yes.
The client.
I'm talking to you. That's what this episode is about.
Yes. Let's get into the client.
Let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and go to the first segment.
Yeah.
And
wait, why you got all that bass in your voice?
Oh, because I was ready. I told you I'm like Birdman. I am ready for you.
Yes.
And it's no smoke. It's no animosity. It's none of that. It's really just...
like it.
But that's why I got to give out the disclaimer.
Okay.
It's not any of those things. It's really just making clients and customers aware of the way that they act in certain places and kind of...
Not in certain places, in our establishments, in the salon.
Right, because you will go to Bling Nails and you going...
Shout out to Bling Nails.
Shout out to them, right? You going to go there and you're not going to complain. You're not going to go back and forth.
No.
But when you come to my establishment, you're going to give me reasons A, B, and C why I fucked up and why I didn't do what you thought I was supposed to do in my establishment.
Yeah.
It's very much so like, you know, what's that saying? Like, black people say it all the time. Like, you know who to mess with. It's like that.
Okay.
Like, you know where you could go and you could act up at, and you know where not to go.
So is that just like self-hate in a sense? Because if you're dishing
right, Dr. Martin, get it.
If you're dishing out all of these complaints to someone that looks like you that you see is running a business, then why are you not? What about me makes it okay to have these concerns?
Clock it.
What do you think, Mike B?
I don't know.
Right, because it got
I
deep.
think that's a deep question.
It got deep.
Okay.
It got deep real fast.
Yeah. So when I built my salon back in 2015, I always say that I built it for my community. I built it for my people.
And what's the other word that the sentence you always
So
say? That the lady said the other day in the salon.
So I always say, I don't remember what she said.
She said, you always say you built the Manhattan experience
Yes.
for Brooklyn.
Yes.
And the client came in
And she
I
came in,
asked her, I was like, hey, would you like coffee, water, tea? We also have mimosas. You can only get that in Manhattan.
She definitely said that out her mouth. And I said, well.
And I just started laughing.
I said, well, I'm glad that you can see the vision, because once you walk into the establishment, if you could see the vision, then I'm definitely doing my job. So so pretty much I always say I built my space for us. I didn't want us to have to travel to the city to go and get the experience that they deserved. But not too long into it, I realized
They
that
don't give a fuck.
that they didn't care. Shortly after, not too long after, I realized that the clients weren't as appreciative as I would hope
All
they
I want
were.
to say is that they don't really care about us.
So yeah, it was very disappointing.
It is.
And then that's when I realized at that point that there's just a certain clientele that I am, for, and it's not the whole of Brooklyn. It's not the people in Crown Heights, It's other
Or it might
Black
be
women.
Some people.
It's some people, but it's very, very, like, a lot of times I'll recognize that my clients are coming from out of town,
Or they're coming from Jersey.
or they just moved here, so they're coming from like different places, and so they come to the establishment because it looks like a place that they would be okay with. But as for my Brooklynites, yeah, it's far and few in between. Sometimes
As a people,
we have got to
we
do
have
better.
got to do better. We're going to go ahead and jump into Salon Etiquette 101. In this segment, we're giving you all the way together, and we'll give you the do's and the don'ts of the salon industry. Now, we're always talking about how the stylists need to act and the professionalism of the stylists and blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about...
Which is all important.
Yeah. Let's talk about the clients.
Yes.
Let's get to the nitty gritty. That's why we're here. Let's talk about the clients for once. So what is client etiquette when coming into the salon?
So walking into the establishment, saying hello.
They have to say
Yes,
hello.
saying hello.
And that's key because my mother taught me that all the time. When you walk into a space,
Yes.
you have to introduce yourself.
Yes.
Those people are already settled in. They
Yes.
you have to be like, hello. And we
Good
know they don't do
afternoon,
that.
Good evening.
Good
And-
morning.
Yes. So then good morning is her favorite.
My favorite.
And so once you introduce yourself, I believe that that's when the salon
Should
take over with the experience. And then I think when you're sitting in this chair with the stylist, you would do the same, introduce yourself, and then you would go for it with a small consultation.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of those things.
Yeah, that all makes sense.
I also feel when they come in that they should also have an idea of what they want.
Okay, but before all of that,
Oh, okay. We didn't get there yet.
being on time. Now, being on time is a huge part of it because...
Wait.
What?
On time or earlier?
I like earlier on time.
Okay.
What's wrong with early?
A lot of girls don't like
Well,
early.
we're talking in a salon setting.
In the salon
and we're
setting.
talking about not what the girlies like, but what is supposed to be.
What etiquette is.
What
Okay.
etiquette is. So, like, we know that there's so many things that they don't like now. But being earlier on time is great. And if you are going to be late, you can just
Communication.
Yeah, call us, or if you're not going to show, also call.
But what if they don't got no phone number? We talk about etiquette. Sorry, I keep going into what it is today because they don't got no numbers.
So being on time, I think being on time would eliminate a lot of stress and headache for the stylist, because if you're late and they do have a full schedule, now you're pushing back the whole day for the client. And we get it. Things happen.
It does.
This is normal. Things happen. So just updating us and communicating on your end how long you're going to be. And that way we can then set into place what's going to happen going forward.
If you have
way
to take away a service, if
Yes.
you have to be able to shorten something or maybe do a different style, which may not be what you wanted, but this is what's going to happen.
I mean, that's a whole nother situation, because I'm pretty sure if they come in late, they still want all the services that they ask for. I do think it is the stylist to try to figure out how to make the client happy, even though they were late.
Yes.
You get it?
But that's always just a business standpoint. Like,
Yes.
you got to be able to satisfy your client and make it make sense.
Yes.
But you also can't put yourself in a deficit. And that's what happens often.
So what they do now is they charge a late fee. So we know we're on this late fee trend. If you're more than, for me, 20 minutes late.
20 minutes.
And that's a great
That's a good
great
time.
long grace period, because I feel like if you were trying to show up on time somewhere, 20 minutes should do you just fine. Anything after that means that you really didn't plan to be there on time. You weren't respecting of the stylist's time. So then you have to get charged the late fee.
Right.
And the late fee is only there to hopefully deter you from being late again. It's not like it's for me to make a whole bucket load of money. It's just like, damn, people don't want to spend money on things nowadays, right? So now if you're getting charged a fee, you would then most likely be on time.
Be there on time and be there and show up.
And show up. Well, that's the different part, because that's
Right.
the whole deposit side.
Right.
Because if you don't show up for your appointment, then you lose your deposit.
And that's a whole nother
a whole nother
So
situation.
would you
Did you
say
see the girl?
knowing the policies is something?
Yeah, you
that a customer
definitely-
should
I
know?
don't agree with that.
Wait.
I don't agree with that part.
Okay.
Knowing the policies, because then now that I have to take
As a client, I'm asking.
As a client, yeah. I feel like now I have to take an extra step to go to your policy and procedures page and read through it and see exactly what I need to know from it's a lot of homework.
Did you see
I'm
there was a
confused.
post by a stylist?
It's homework.
There was a post by a stylist who was like, "What if on my policies I said every 15 minutes you get slapped in the face?" And
Right.
You never read about it.
Right. Then
Right?
that's
And
on me.
I thought that was a funny way to bring to light something that's real. Like, I think if I'm going into a place, I would want to at least have an idea
Absolutely.
of what the policies are.
Absolutely.
As a client, to have proper etiquette, I think yes.
I think because I am who I am, I'm just going to always be courteous. I'm going to always try to be understanding. I think that me having to take an extra step and read about what the fuck you got going on is a lot for me.
That's
Well,
not
I'm just
Because
saying,
because you got to also think about where, as a customer standpoint, when I am booking, I'm going to your website. I got to read through all of your services to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm getting what I want. In addition to that, I got to make sure that I'm reading and making sure that I'm paying the right amount. And then after I do that and I hit confirm, I got to make sure I go to my email to confirm that I got the confirmed email that I'm confirmed.
okay.
And then now I got to go to the policies page and read what the
No,
or
well,
it
I
might
don't
not
think
be a
so.
separate page. Sometimes it's there, like,
Yes.
hey,
But
this
it
is a
is.
heads up. If you're late, it's a blah blah blah.
when
more
you
than
hear
X amount of minutes.
policies, when I hear policies, I hear of agree to terms and conditions. How many times you read that whole page?
Well, it's a
That's
little
not
different.
what I'm saying. I'm not saying
Not the
you
terms
have to read
and
the
conditions.
Apple terms for your update.
Right.
I'm saying,
But I do.
that- Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you, as a client, I think proper etiquette would be to at least know that if I am late, there's a process for that. So I'm not gonna walk in there and be like, "Why are you charging me this $25 fee?" Well, because I would already know that I'm getting charged $25 because
Correct.
I should read.
Yes, read.
No one reads anymore. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
no.
Yes.
That's a problem.
You know
to me.
why we don't read anymore?
Why?
I just want you to know why. Because we consume nothing but reading on our phone. So we read all day.
Well,
We're
I
not
don't.
reading.
I don't.
not
we
reading.
read
We're just
all
looking
day.
at
Watching clips.
pictures.
We're looking at clips, but we're also reading comments. We're also
I'm
reading
not.
our we're right.
I'm
we're
not.
also right. And right.
Because I ain't
So-
reading all together. So I ain't reading the policy, and I ain't reading the. If you have time, if
You just showing up.
if you have time
She
to
just
read,
running in the side.
if you
You got space.
if you have time to read comments, if you have time to be on Instagram,
Good point.
then you have time to read my policy
know that there's
and
a
to
late
know
fee.
that there is going to be a fee when you show up to the appointment late. That's
gonna
just that.
pay it.
And okay, and that's fine. But there's a lot of people that don't want to pay extra money. And in that case, you be on time for your appointment. And that's proper etiquette. Because if we go back 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was none of that into play. Like there was no late fee, there was no deposits. And guess what?
We stayed in the salon all day.
The client stayed in the salon all day.
8 hours.
Yes, they
for
did.
a wash.
But the stylist also lost a lot of money because of that.
Right.
they lost a lot of time because of that. So we're here only strictly based off of how the clients have been treating us as stylists.
And I say this all the time, every single episode since episode 1 is y'all fault. You guys are the reason why we are here.
Definitely.
And I need you to take accountability for it.
Yes.
Because you guys complain about fee, fi, fo, fum.
Yep.
You complain about the attitudes that the stylists have. You complain about, but y'all created this.
Yes, you have.
You went to somebody's kitchen in their living room and sat down and got your hair braided, and then you was mad because she had headphones in and her kid was running around.
Yeah. So
you put yourself in that predicament. Don't put me in this.
don't blame the stylist. Don't
No.
write a 5-page review on Raw Review because you put yourself in a situation that you shouldn't have to begin with.
Did you see the clip about the girl, the stylist, when she said she blocks clients for coming off like rude or aggressive and she won't see them?
Yeah, I get it. I don't tolerate that in my salon.
I'm talking about a straight. Let me read the comments. Let me see what the girl said, because she's basically saying, like, if you don't start off with a hello, good morning, how you do, block. I don't even want to see you now.
Okay, but I also feel like there's you have to teach people how you want to be treated. So
there you go.
I'm sure I haven't had many experiences where I'm greeting a client and they're not saying anything back. Not many. Okay.
But don't make it seem like it hasn't.
It has happened, but
don't
I have
make it
not.
seem like it hasn't happened.
But you also have to read the room. Just because she might not be having a good day.
Understood.
She might have her car broke down on the way. She's probably dealing with a lot. So if she's quiet or she's not really engaging,
you skipping. You
What?
going all the way to
How?
through the appointment.
Okay.
You ain't even. We talk about walking in the door.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna say hello.
You are.
I know. So
I
I
client.
or not.
When you run up in somebody, how much for a sew-in?
Yeah. In the DMs, very rude.
Very rude. Sometimes they'll call and they'll be like, how much you charge for a no hello, no good morning,
Yeah.
no how you doing.
Yeah.
But then if I, on the flip side, were to answer the phone like that, the first thing you're doing is going on Yelp and saying, she answered her phone so rudely. She did this. Now you're looking for all the wrong things or all the things that could go wrong in this appointment based off that one interaction.
Yes.
It starts from you.
Yeah.
You have to be able to give the energy that you would like to receive.
That's true.
And if you want for us to be polite, to be professional, you have to come to us the same exact way too. You can't be like, well, why I gotta pay $15 extra for cut crease? Because that's my price.
Oh yeah, the questions of whys and breaking down your price point is definitely not. It's very unprofessional as a customer.
I remember somebody
client.
said to me, they said, "How much is it for a rent?" Oh, it's $55. $55? I felt like she was about to be like, who you stole? Chelsea Clinton? Like, what do you mean? Yes, that's the price.
Yes.
Well, it's only $12 in the store.
Oh wow. Well, then that means you should go buy one. You should go get some gloves as well, because that box is how much? That's another
No,
$10.
the plastic gloves come in the packet. Not for the rinse. It's only for relaxer.
So we're gonna go ahead and buy those gloves. We're gonna go ahead and go. Oh, you need a cap too, because you're gonna get the rinse, and then you need cotton because you don't want it dripping. So what we at? What's the bill now?
The color remover too, because you know they're gonna get it on their ears and their forehead.
So what we at now? Let's tally that up.
Wait, we forgot the big part.
What's the shampoo?
The dryer.
Oh, the dryer.
To make sure that the heat penetrates so that you can get that rinse and make it stay.
Okay. So
you already over $100. When you could have just came to me for that good old 55,
right? Like,
got your rent and left.
I'm not gonna say hate, but I don't like a. It's a
strong dislike.
It's just
a sew-in. It's just a quick weave. It's just a manicure.
Just be in your house.
You can just do it yourself.
Right. And I feel like that's where the shift is happening right now, where people are fed up with the bad customer service, with the hey boo Texas. They're fed up with it, and they're becoming a lot of DIY girlies. That's why the Lash Girls is they fighting for their lives right now.
Well, I'm talking about as a client.
But what I'm right, because the clients
because they're
are
upset
saying
that
bump
they don't want
that.
to pay.
They going to go get some lash clusters from the beauty supply store, and they doing a full 14, 15, 22 set.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing that back in the day too. It's not that hard. Ooh. But I'm just saying, I was before lashes was a thing. I was doing clusters.
What I'm saying is that the clients are fed up.
They are.
They fed up, but they put us here.
They have.
So you really can't be upset for an industry. I want to say a facade or a trend. That you created.
Yeah.
Because I have never gone to somebody's house and did my hair before.
What do you mean?
Growing up, I've never done that. I've always went to the salon.
Yes.
I've never went. The only time I've ever been in a house is when my mom is doing my hair.
Understood.
But if I'm going to a professional, like I'm getting a press or something like that, or it was an event, to the salon.
Right.
Like we was going and getting our hair done. So like why this culture came where we're going to people's houses and we're getting professional services done, hair color, bleach, or waxing, all those things in somebody's room.
Yeah, but back to the clients.
But that's what I'm saying. It's them. They the reason why we here. Because they feel comfortable enough to go to somebody's back room door and get these services done.
Okay.
No?
I don't know. I'm just looking at it differently only because when I think about the salon and then I think about someone's home, I think there are two different experiences. So like the person doing hair out their house, I'm not sure if they can fully feel the same.
Why? Give me some more.
Because you already setting it up for them to feel comfortable, bringing them into your space. Mm-hmm. So being late shouldn't feel that bad because I'm walking.
Well, a home-based stylist wouldn't agree with you,
right? Because they want the same. Thank you, Mike B.
I understand that.
They want the same. They operate in like a salon.
I do understand that, but the thought process behind a client's mentality is, she ain't paying no overhead. This ain't a real business. I'm going to her house. She doesn't have the same responsibilities as someone who's actually in a commercial space. So it feels less real because I'm walking into her house.
Let's dig a little deeper.
That's why, this, even though it was fake, but these things do happen. She was holding the girl's baby as she got her hair braided.
Oh, Lord.
So, like certain things like that you have to almost expect.
But it wasn't in her house. She was at a salon.
When she was holding her baby? I thought that was home.
No.
That was definitely at home.
She was in a salon. You see the other people in the background walking past.
Oh, well, maybe you're talking about, I didn't watch the whole
No,
thing
the one
through.
with the baby. Yeah,
Okay.
she's definitely in the salon.
I just know that a lot of times I hear from clients saying that they don't think it's the same.
So at what point, again, does the client say to themselves, because I believe that clients also feel like if you got a booking website, if you have a telephone number or email address, you are somewhat professional.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now when I am then like I'm taken aback or I'm blindsided when you don't say that you're a home-based stylist and then I come into your home, it's like, what happens next?
Well, I just think, like we talked about this before, I think that's just an error on the client's part because I'm going to know where I'm going. I'm going to do enough research to know what the location that they give me is, if it's a home or if it's not a home, then
so
I make
the
my
client's
decision.
fault that they didn't know that you were in a house?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Why?
I want to put a poll.
Just
I
like,
want to put this up on Instagram.
if you're going to a new place, are you not on Google Maps with the address?
Not
You first of all, wait. Time
okay.
out. We're gonna stop you there. Wait, it gets better. What address you gonna look up, Lewis?
Well, that's
what address you gonna look up,
that's
Lewis?
a different situation.
No, because it's not. You see
You're
in their
going
bio.
somewhere else.
No,
We're talking about clients.
we
Right.
are.
You're about to bring it back to the stylist not doing their due diligence.
right.
But with everything,
But I'm not.
but if there's everything for the clients, there's the policy, there's the address, then there is a certain etiquette, and that's what we're talking about. And that's why we're having this conversation. We're not talking about the stylist flaws.
But we're not. I wasn't going there.
Yeah, you was just about to say, well, what if there's no address?
No, but I'm asking you, what address am I going to use if I'm going to look up when they have? I'm in Brooklyn.
Well, then again, if you don't see an address, then that's when you would reach out to them and you would be like, hey, I don't see an address. Where are you located?
So you feel like regardless, the client should do their own due diligence.
They have
know
to.
where
Tired.
they're going and what what they're getting themselves.
And that's why I'm not reading your
Yes,
policy.
especially because there's so much going on now. You understand? Like, we have all of these things that we're talking about. So to protect myself, so that way I'm not walking into something that I don't want to, I have to do my research.
What about the clients like Jaleesa that say, this is too much?
Now I'm not going nowhere.
This is all too much. I'm over it.
Yeah. Quick.
Okay, then they over it. And that's nothing I can do about it. It's not sweat off my back. Like, there's going to be someone that's okay to come and do the services, and we're going to move on. I can't do anything about the people that don't want to.
Right. They're just not your people.
They're just not my people. And that's just what it is.
It's going to be a lot.
Clients got a lot to do.
Right.
They do.
Right.
They do. But that's
They
because...
got a lot to do to spend their own money.
But that's,
Right.
but
And that's my issue.
but that's-
Is that I feel like I'm hounding you down to spend my money and you don't make this experience seamless and easy, then I don't want to do this.
I feel like we're going off topic a little bit.
We're not.
We are. Because we're talking about etiquette.
right.
and you're
the
going-
client etiquette.
Yes, etiquette.
Right.
You're
And I don't
spiraling right now.
I don't want to do all that work.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
want to do
then
it.
you gonna
And
just-
as the client, I want it to be easy.
But you can't have it easy because you weren't showing up to the appointment. You weren't calling when you were going to be late. You were just doing your own thing. You're coming in and telling me what you want versus what you told me you wanted before. So now there's rules in place. And now you guys have to work to get an appointment because you guys messed it up.
In
for
other words,
everybody.
you can't have it both ways.
Exactly.
You can't.
Thank
and
you,
I
Mike
agree
B.
with that. I do. I don't disagree with not
Thank you,
being
Mike
able
B.
to have it all. It's not Burger King.
It's not.
We can't have it your way all the time.
cannot.
I get it. But I do feel like clients and stylists have to meet each other 50-50.
Okay.
And sometimes our expectations as clients can be egregious. It can be very much so,
It
a
is.
lot. But then also it's because y'all put these astronomically weird ass rules in the policies
But I
and the
just
booking.
told you why they are there.
I know you told me why.
So then you
but
can't say that.
But what I'm... All right. The end, y'all.
You can't say they're there because of the weird ass things that you guys were doing. They didn't
Because
just
y'all ain't
come
have
out
no
of,
boundaries and y'all wasn't speaking up for yourselves in
Exactly.
advance. So now I got to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we
You
are.
fall into that category.
Y'all need
now.
therapy. Like,
I'm so sorry. It doesn't
get a
work for you.
therapist.
Like, it's okay. But
Stylists have etiquette and clients have etiquette.
yes, but definitely one of the etiquette for me though is that just bothers me and sends me is putting your feet on my furniture.
Oh, people do that all the time. That's not a
Yeah,
salon
like
thing.
you cannot put your
the
feet
salon?
on my chairs. You cannot put your. You cannot.
Just getting cozy.
And no, I don't. No, that's rude. Don't put your feet on my furniture.
I mean, on the plane, they do it all the time.
I get that. You
and
say
it
that.
drives me insane.
Yeah,
because
but-
why are you putting your foot on a tray table where somebody has to eat after this?
Yes, so that's part of etiquette. Don't put your things, don't come into the salon with your hair half taken out, trying to run in the bathroom and finish taking it out. Don't sit in my salon chairs. Don't eat food, especially fish, in there. Like, the list goes on and on. Don't bring your crying baby. Don't bring your bad kids. Like, those are all the things that we deal with. So just stop doing it. So that way we can lessen on the rules and so that way everybody can be happy, because those are the things that we deal with. And then when it's the stylist at fault, we don't have, like, as a stylist, we don't have nowhere to write about you guys. Where we writing for? Where's the felt page? Where's the Google? Because I need to be able to write about this foolishness, and because you guys air out everything that we do wrong, but never ever take accountability for what you guys are doing wrong. That's very weird, and I that part for me, that I don't agree with. That review stuff, whenever it comes to an establishment and you're walking into the door and you have expectations for a place, and then you see how beautiful it is, you see that they're working, and you still find a way to write a review, that's just wild to me, and it's just self-hate. That's how I view it.
Well, damn.
So
The
we
end.
could do be up that
The end.
segment.
I was just going to say, friend, where they could find us at
Yeah,
is
a lot of
everyone wants 100%. They could just come onto our Patreon and they could just sound
Sick of
off.
it. I'm so sick of that.
They
That
could just
whole-
sound off. They could sound off right there, because that's why we're here, friend.
Yeah, that
This
whole,
is why this podcast was created.
Yeah.
Because there has to be a platform or a space where
Where-
stylists feel comfortable enough to be transparent and let these niggas know y'all doing too much.
Yes, y'all doing too much, and we got to do better so that way everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Right.
And they're not going to like none of this.
And don't.
And it's okay because it's
Because as
real.
I said last episode, sometimes you have to have the ability to say, I don't like this. And other people have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like your product. I don't like the way this does. I don't like the way it works for me.
Yeah.
But somebody else will.
And I don't like your policy.
Right.
And I don't like the way you do my hair.
Right.
Everything ain't for
somebody
everybody.
else will.
Yeah.
So it's not for everybody, but I feel like we have to start creating that space and that comfortability for people to be able to say no.
No.
Like,
I don't like it.
I don't like it. And that is
okay.
okay. Once you start realizing that it's okay to say no and it's okay to not like something,
Yep.
I think that we as a people will be doing better. But we're going to jump right into Tangled Tales, friend.
Yes. Okay, so did we talk about the Tangled Tales already?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We didn't introduce it yet.
Oh, okay. So, Tangled Tales is where we detangle the mess. We'll be reading and sharing some of the craziest reviews, personal and social media stories, and giving our feedback on the tea. So, this particular one, this customer was caught writing multiple bad reviews about the business, but continuing to return for service.
A fucking mad woman. She's crazy. She's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I've done that before. I am not gonna hold you guys. And where you going, Jaleesa? I did that before, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I found a place.
I have no parts in this.
I have found a place.
I didn't even know her when
and
this was happening.
I was doing. And I was doing my lashes, and I liked the way my lashes was done, but I didn't like how it was treated. So
What you mean by that?
I didn't like their customer service.
Oh, you didn't like how you were treated,
Yeah.
not your lashes.
I
I don't know
felt-
where my brain was going. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying you didn't like the way your lashes
So I
was
liked the
treated.
service, but I didn't like the customer service.
Okay.
So I felt torn, and then it was
Did you
convenient.
say something?
No, I wrote a review. I did.
Okay.
I wrote a review because at that point I didn't think I would go back. So it's not like I intended, like I purposely was like, I didn't think I would go back. I needed it to be convenient for me. So I ended up going back. And I'm like, I know they gonna know who I am because just like me being a business owner and I get a bad review, I know who wrote it and I know when they come back. So I just was like, damn, they gonna know who I am. And I showed up and they gave me hell again. It was still the same experience. And then I got it done. And then I ended up going a third time.
Wow, you
did.
are a sucker for gluttony.
I did. But this time I felt like they didn't want me anymore as a person, as a client. Because it was just so blatant in how they treated me that I was like, okay, you know what? I got your gist. I get it. I wrote y'all a bad review. You don't gotta see me no more. I get it. I ain't come back.
Why you ain't say it with your chest, friend?
Because clients don't do that.
You right. You right. That is another thing that makes my booty
I'm not
itch.
gonna say no. I'm lying. I had a full on conversation and discussion with them about it because they did something that was very much not how I would handle business, like as far as like me having, because I had to pay like a no-show fee for the last time I didn't show. So when I called to book the appointment, they didn't tell me
You mean
about.
you didn't read the policy?
No, I did. No, I was fully aware. So I called making the appointment already knowing that when I come there, they're going to check me for that $50. No problem. But what she did on the phone was she talked to me as if there was no fee attached and then hit me with it once she got my card on file. And I didn't like that because she claimed she couldn't see. I said, you could see everything once I give you my number. So you could have updated me and then I make the decision whether or not I want to come and spend the $50 for missing.
Fuck that. I want your money.
Right. But that's not cool because there was no transparency.
There's none.
And I said to her, I said, well, I was going to come and pay the $50. You didn't have to then trick me into doing that because I was going to still show up.
Right.
So after the back and forth, because she apologized, but then she was still nasty about it, I ended up canceling that very appointment. And they took $50 from me again, but I was okay with it because I was like, I don't want to visit your business. I don't like the way you guys are handling people. Yeah.
Can you give me $50? Like if we
You
just,
giving out $50. I know.
Giving out 50.
I know.
Can you give me $50?
But I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I have been that client who has done that
That's
before.
wild. So this
Oh,
client
gosh.
apparently wrote
Take me out the group chat.
multiple bad reviews. I think 2 or 3. I can't remember. It was more than one, but kept going there and enjoyed the service.
Right.
So I guess the owner confronted her, and she was like, "No, never.
She did.
I
She did.
didn't write that.
She
No,
did.
me.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
wrong
then
person."
a few moments later,
She admitted it, and then she's like, "I'm sorry. It was in the heat of the
it was just a moment. It was a moment.
Not a moment if it was multiple reviews.
Correct.
She said that she was upset, and in that moment, I get it because you know how I be mad at stuff for mad long, and then something triggers it, bring it right back up, and I'm mad for another hour. That's probably what happened to her.
No, but
and then she wrote all those reviews, and then said to her, "I never wrote it. Okay, I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl. I was just upset, and I needed to vent and get it out.
Yeah.
That's what the stylists need. They need a forum,
a boogle,
a boogle,
and a felt.
Yes, and a felt.
Yes,
They need
that.
it for these clients. They gotta have a
said that.
directory.
Yes.
Of all the crazies.
Yes.
Do not take Sharon. She not gonna pay you. Her card not gonna go through.
Right.
And then y'all really gonna be mad. Then y'all really gonna be mad.
Right, because a lot of these places where you go and look at reviews, they're all for the client.
All of
They're
them.
not for the businesses.
And that's why I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this podcast.
So yeah, we're for the
because we are for the stylists.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
but-
really giving y'all the salon, the reality
to
in the
help you.
salon industry, and we're not doing it to be malicious. Because I feel like throughout all the shows, we never come across as being mean girls.
No,
I don't
think
believe
so.
that we are mean
No,
girls.
we're
We're
just
very
doing what
fun.
we're doing.
But I also feel like a lot of people can sometimes take this as, well, what about me?
What about you?
And that clock it.
What you mean? What about you?
That's a clip right there. Clock it.
What about you as the client?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is the reason why we're so far and so deep in is all because of you. Like this is all because of you. So what do you mean?
Say that the clients have several outlets to tell their story.
Yes, they do.
Right? And stylists don't. Just like you said,
Yes.
they don't have whatever names you made.
A boo-boo? And a felt?
And felt. I know she said felt at first,
Felt.
which I thought was a really good idea. I'm going to try and buy the domain. But I thought you said something else. But yeah, like I think clients have all the outlets. They can go and make the reviews on Yelp. They can make the Google review. They can do raw reviews. They can use social media.
Yep.
And when a stylist does expose clients,
Something.
Oh,
it's got a lot of
I have an
backlash
idea.
New
with
segment?
that.
No. How about we just take all our clients' Instagrams and then we go from there. So now if I have a bad experience with you, I can now write about you and tag you in it.
I don't think
They
that's a
not
good
gonna like
idea,
that.
friend.
They ain't gonna like
I
that.
don't think that's a good idea, friend.
Looked at me like, what you mean?
They
we
not
just
gonna
said
like
we
that.
need the outlet.
Nobody gonna come to you. We
They
need an
go-
outlet, but it gotta be in a different way, babe.
Right. It's gonna be felt.
We gotta make money.
We gonna have
You gotta
felt.
think that through a little more.
Right. We gonna have felt and we gonna have boo-boo because boo, we can't do that.
That's not really gonna
Oh,
work.
so you mean to tell me I'm gonna? So here we go. So you come see me. You come to my establishment. You write me a bad review. You messing with my money. So now, as the stylist, I have the opportunity to do the same, but I still get my money messed up.
Correct. You can't do it that way.
Got it. So you can take your deposits.
So,
So
I
you
mean-
can take your late fees, and you can.
Shove it up your ass.
There we go.
Because at the end
Or
of
they could just listen to everyone watch the 100.
that too, and sign up for Patreon where y'all get the real tea behind the salon industry and make sure that you get the
how
opportunity
is it
to
a
speak up.
double-edged sword here as a stylist?
Because
this
you
is
can't
crazy.
Yeah, you can't.
We
do
can't
that.
air you out as a person coming into my business, creating all this mischief, being irate, not being happy, not
Writing
paying,
multiple
not
bad
tipping,
reviews,
writing multiple,
and then coming back.
Coming back and saying sorry.
Sorry, just
guys.
kidding. I didn't mean it.
I really like it
yeah.
here. It was just a bad day.
I just had my period. That's all it was.
All right.
And
Well,
then if I ban you, you ban me as a client.
Right.
I'm upset.
yes. So
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought of it from you guys' point of view.
yes.
I'm always like, client. But like, yeah, you really don't have an outlet to
You
say,
don't.
I'm being treated crazy.
Yeah, you know how many times we've had clients come in the door and give us their feedback on things that, you know, we or like try to correct something that they feel that wasn't done correctly.
No, okay.
Like, we can go on and on and on about it. But we need to find we need to find a solution, because there's a lot of times when things are just taken out of context, or there's just something that they just don't like. They just don't like it. So now
or they just don't like you.
Or they don't like you. But on the client side,
yes,
real quick, I know this is a, client needs to learn episode. But on the client side, I do feel like there are just so many stylists that are just, and you guys talk about this all the time, they're kind of just coming out the woodwork, and they don't have
etiquette,
the etiquette and this basic professionalism and the things. And I think there might be more of them than you at this point.
Understood. But
and so that's why it feels like it's the stylist getting attacked. But it's is it possible that it's the stylists that need to be getting attacked?
For the foolish shit they doing.
Okay. But then we have to go all the way back
to
where we talk about the stylist for you. And knowing in your case, knowing your stylist, ideal
stylist. Like
stylist.
Ideal client, you should have an ideal stylist.
Yes. So you won't have those
But I got to go through 20 bio bullies and deposit
Thank you. Because I was just about to say, I got to kiss many frogs to get to the princess.
To my prince.
Or you can go on Google and you can type in something that you think.
Read all the bad reviews people put in.
Hold on.
Okay.
You can go on Google and you can type in best salon hair weave in Brooklyn. And then you can see what pops up. And then you can go from there. Let's go back to the original search engine. Let's get off the TikTok. Let's get off the Instagram. Let's go back to the original search engine so we can find the reputable businesses to see.
I mean, if you're good with SEO, your salon
it's gonna pop up,
and that's fine. That's fine. But then
be good in
do your work as a client. Figure out what seems real and what seems fake.
Work.
That's what I was trying to say earlier in the show.
It's
but
like dating.
I was being attacked. I feel attacked.
It's giving dating. Like,
well,
I gotta
I gotta vet you.
We talked about being a human and being how much work it is just to be a human in the last episode.
Yeah, this is too much.
So now here we go with all the other work. So,
I'm attacked. I was attacked.
What would you guys do for that tangled tail? Like, how would you handle that client?
So
I did the same shit she did. Confronted her.
Yeah.
And then told her to take it down now. And you're not getting your deposit back, and get the fuck out.
Oh gosh.
Did she not service her? Because I didn't.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She didn't.
Yeah,
I think she stood her ground with that.
Yes,
I would do the same. I've done the same. I believe I've had a client who wrote a bad review, and I had to check her and say, hey, based
you don't
off
like
of,
it here. Get out.
Yeah, you don't like it here, so we can't.
Get out.
And I don't even sometimes have to go that far. Like, I have a feature where I can just block them, and then they just don't get seen anymore.
And then they call.
And then, or they don't, because they catch on.
They call.
They go from there.
They call.
So we have to protect our peace, in a sense, as stylists when it comes to dealing with you clients, because it can get
not you
lot.
clients.
Yeah, you clients.
I'm just trying to keep track of all the things the clients are supposed to do.
Thank you.
I'm keeping track.
Well, get your pens out, because we're taking you to school.
Right. And we are go ahead and standing on business.
So you got your pens out when it comes to the stylist, but you ain't got pens out when it comes to the client. You see how this
So
works?
we're going to go ahead and stay out of the mess, guys.
Yeah.
And to stay out of the mess, we are going to stand on business. We'll be chatting about structure, systems, and the tools you need to make you successful in the salon industry. So, Mike B, now that your pen was out,
Yes.
how can the customer stand on business?
Yeah.
So ways that customers can stand.
Because you was taking notes.
Yes. They can give feedback.
Yes.
Right.
Open your mouth.
But good and negative, but also positive.
Yeah.
I think it's important to do good reviews. I don't think a lot of people even think to write a good
Never. That's never been the case.
I know I'm guilty of it. I don't think to
write a good one.
I had such an amazing experience. Oh my God, let me write about it.
So my version of giving a good review, not to interject, I'm sorry, Mike B, is to repost your work.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my way of giving a good review and writing something real fast. Like, hey, she slayed this. She did a great job. Book her.
Yes.
That's dope.
That's the, because
I
I can't sit down and write something that's going to be as detailed as you would want it to be.
Why you can't?
Because my lifestyle doesn't allow me
Yeah,
to do
but
that.
how many
but
bad?
if
But
you
how
had
many
a bad
bad reviews did you write?
You would have wrote.
I've had 6 recent bad reviews, and I didn't even write about
You are
them.
queen of I am going to write
A letter. And I haven't written a letter in mad long.
Okay. Well,
And mad long. I was supposed to write a letter about Lala Place. I didn't.
Ooh. All right. Well.
Right. Ooh, yeah. Like, and I didn't. Right.
La La
I
Land was not La La Land.
It was not La La Land at all. Okay.
But
I didn't write it. I kept it to myself. I made a video. I just didn't get the chance.
Now.
Fuck that.
Until now.
I'm sure they're booming by now.
Okay.
Well, the way I would do it, or I think another way, is to share with your family and friends. That's something I've always done.
Mm-hmm.
Like my hair, I'm like, girl, go see my stylist and
Right.
give you all the information. I've never been a gatekeeper, so I think you should not gatekeep
Kudos to
when
you.
you have people that you love. You should share it when people ask, who did your nails, who did your hair? I think that's a good way as a client.
Yes.
And one thing for me that is big, and I know this is very controversial nowadays, is loyalty. Like if I have a list in my phone of the places I go and who I see. If I find somebody that does right by me, meaning the customer service is good, the actual service of what I came here to get is good, we go together now.
Right. That's it. We're locked in and ain't no switching up.
Twinning. Okay. So
Yeah, so
in
I
that
think
case,
those are some ways. Positive reviews.
Yep.
If you gotta post negative, fine, but also post the positive,
Yes.
sharing with your friends and family, posting about it on social media, like
And
Jaleesa
being
said,
loyal.
and loyalty. Like stick with your stylist. Just all that glitters ain't gold. You know, that's an
Yes.
old
Right.
saying. Just because they popping on social media and it looks nice and she laid it to the left, laid it and slayed it, whatever people saying, doesn't mean
And she melted that
they're
lace.
for you. And
Yes.
now I just learned, about having your ideal stylist.
stylist.
You know.
So, yay. Thanks for that, Mike B.
Any
And
other thoughts?
Well,
Because you've been giving them all Rosa.
Yeah, 'cause
Go
you
ahead.
went ham on the clients.
Listen, this Rosa Parks for the stylist right now.
So I think you can stand on business as a client by being respectful of my time. How about
don't
coming in the
agree
door
with
with
that.
some water, offering me
You
some.
giving me mimosas? I gotta give you water. Like, what? This
Listen,
is a trade.
one hand wash the other. Listen, this is my personal, okay?
Okay.
Right. This is how she feel. You can't say nothing.
How are you? Are you feeling okay today? Do you need a moment? I'm okay. I love when the clients tell me that I can take a moment before I start them, because obviously they see me in there
And she ain't gonna take
grinding. It's okay. I won't take it, but it's okay because you
nice that they say
are
that, and they're conscious.
seeing
Conscious
and you're being
and saying.
conscious of me working and haven't peed in the last 30 minutes. So for you to say, especially if I'm running behind, because I'm ready to get to you, and for you to say, hey, it's okay, take a moment, go get you something to eat, go take a little break.
That's nice.
That is my ideal client. Someone who's
They must be
Patient and understanding.
patient and understanding.
Nice.
Because all day long I deal with people on my back, so if I'm running behind, because my standards obviously for my salon is set kind of high, and I try to please everyone, and I try to have my staff please, like we go above and beyond in my case for their well-being. So if you could have a little patience and work with us as stylists, that would be great, because we'll notice it, because that's not the norm.
And back in the day, you was in here 8 hours anyway.
Right. So if I'm getting you out in a fraction
it.
of the time, then you should be happy in some sense.
Your salon specifically is beautiful, so for me, that helps.
Yes.
If I'm in a pretty space and you giving me mimosas, like I don't know how much time passed, really.
That's the point.
Oh, that's how you get us.
But if you are, if you're aware of what's going on, give us a compliment. Tell us that we're doing a good job. Give us some feedback in that moment of things that we could change, because you giving it to me versus you writing it to the world definitely says that you care about my business. You see the hard work that I put in. You see what we're trying to communicate to you, whether or not it happened fully or not, you can see it. So then you are the person that should be giving me the feedback in the way that we need it. And it doesn't always have to be negative. And sometimes if we mess up, that should be okay. You know, you don't have to take it to the streets.
I mean, assuming I'm not bald, right? Yeah.
You don't got to take it to the streets.
I mean, you're not Tina Turner. Your hair ain't in the sink,
right?
It ain't burnt out. I'm just a little behind,
right?
Bam.
So just having certain just a little bit, just giving us something, just a little
grace,
something, a little grace.
In our community, that's very hard.
It is, but
in our community, that is very, very hard. I can't talk for the whites because I don't really know. But in our community, it's very hard to give us grace because do we give our parents grace? Like, do we give ourselves even grace? Do you give yourself grace, friend?
No.
At all. Neither do I.
I don't.
Because I believe that I'm Superwoman and I can do everything until I'm broken down. So I think it has to start with mental first. Yeah. Because we can't expect them to give us something that they don't even have.
Oh, that's true.
That's a little deep.
That is true.
I don't even know Grace.
Because
what's her name? The only one I know is the amazing one. Amazing.
Stupid.
Well,
not you keep going. Not you didn't stop.
That's the only one I know. It's the only one I know.
Oh no. What are we?
Keep it going.
I'm like, we staying out the mess. What are we doing?
So I think Jaleesa bringing that up and making that a point to saying, hey, but that's why we're speaking it.
Right.
You know, because if it's not something that you know and is, consciously is not popping up for you, if we're saying it, then it should bring some light.
And also it shouldn't be an attack too. Because I feel like you build a rapport enough with your clients for you to be able to have that conversation with them. Like, that's the big thing for me. I feel like the way that clients can stand on business is communication. If you don't like something or I said something that offended you, just say it to me.
Yeah.
Why are y'all so scared to speak up to y'all stylist?
Yeah.
Like, y'all be afraid that they gonna do what? Chop off your hair or cut you? Like, what are you afraid of?
And one of them too is utilizing the online tools that, like
that too.
Like, it's clearly
rebook your appointment online.
We have the things available for you to use. I've spent money on my website, my design.
Pay the deposit online.
My this, my that. You hit me in a DM to ask me about my price point.
And now I got to write you a whole paragraph that's professional saying to you, bitch, go to the website. In a nice way. In a nice way. They always say, it's so perfect. Thanks so much. Yeah. Dum-dum. You didn't see these whole wwws? You didn't see World Wide Web underneath the part where it says message? Oh, no, it's above it. You didn't see it. Okay. Hi. My name's Sophie K, and I'm a website that has everything you need.
Yeah, but like we talked about before, I'm someone who likes to get that interaction. But if it's there for you, like we are in the times, 2024.
Use your resource.
You got to use
she said it.
She said it.
Did we start counting?
Yeah, we are.
I can't wait till the end of the year episode.
We are a microwave world.
We are.
All you have to do is click the button, book now and everything. But of course, if you have questions.
Yeah, call me.
Cool.
Call me. Because I'm all here for the questions. Because I don't want you to book the wrong shit. And then when you get here, I got to add stuff and then tell you can't get this because you didn't book it. Yes, call me so I can make sure you ensure that you have everything you need.
Yeah.
But when you ask me stuff like, hey, girl, what's your price?
Yeah.
And you don't even say, hey, girl, it's what's the price?
Right. It's no hello. Yeah, we gotta do better. But
right.
I think that was great. This was great information for all the clients who don't know, who have been just,
in the dark ages like me.
Yeah, and just wowed by all the information that they learned today. I hope you do utilize it
to
your
too,
advantage.
But I don't think they're going to.
Okay, well, all we can do is try.
All we could do is hope for the best.
So how can these clients get to 100%? So we're going to do that up and go on to segment. Everyone wants 100%. How can they?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because for me, I already said it seems like it's a lot of work.
I think everything you guys said
is what can bring
clients
to
their 100%.
So what was that, Mike B? Help me,
Lord.
Right, because you lost too.
Well, we always talk about all the ways the stylists need to get their act together, but we cannot exist without our customers, and we really need to bring humanity back to the industry. So there we go.
That does sum it up.
Yeah. So.
Yes, humanity. Say hello. Let's start there because that's the beginning. Hello, it's me. Okay, start there. After that, ask all the questions you need to ask. Book a consultation.
Be on time.
Be on time.
Use your online.
Go to the website, and if all else fails, call Mike B.
Well, thanks
B is not
guys for
accepting
listening
clients.
to
Thanks,
us. And
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, be sure to download us on all your streams of listening.
iHeart.
Yep.
What's the next one? Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah,
y'all
a lot
are
of y'all.
really doing y'all big one on YouTube. Y'all really fuck with us on YouTube. Like, and I love it. I love it so. Yes, girl. They all 928 of them on the last shorts. Yes, they do.
Well, yeah.
They really love us.
And then hit us up if you want to be a guest on the show. If
Yes.
you have any information to give us, if you want to share your story, if you want to be a sponsor.
That too. If you want to have your product sponsored on
Don't
the show.
wait till we popping.
Because the price, yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay? So when we blow up, don't be mad when we charge you a lot. But yes, if you would like to have your items featured on Everyone Wants 100%, go ahead and email us at everyonewants100% everyone wants 100, at gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to make sure that it is sponsored properly in all of our major platforms.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.